Dimension 20 is one of the most popular D&D shows, and it is run on Dropout TV. Dropout TV is what remains of college humor, which you probably remember from the 2010s. Sam Reich is the owner of Dropout TV, and he was left with the bag after college humor went out of business. Now, because they went out of business and Sam was the only one left, he had to lay off a ton of people. But as a company that makes content without any people to make that content, what was he left doing? Well,
I am your host, Sam Reich.
He did it himself. He started a show. Well, he started a couple shows, a small number. But the show that he himself ran is called Game Changer.
Welcome to Game Changer, the only game show where the game changes every show.
Game Changer is a variety game show where each show there's a new format.
You all understand how the game works.
No.
Not a single thing.
It hasn't been explained.
That's right. Our players have no idea what game it is they're about to play. The only way to learn is by playing. The only way to win is by learning, and the only way to begin is by beginning. So without further ado, let's begin.
Some of those episodes were wildly successful, so successful that he was able to get more funding for Dropout TV and therefore spin off the wildly successful episodes into their own shows. Make Some Noise, great show, was a Game Changer episode.
The game's so good we spun it off unchanged.
Sam used Game Changer as a testing grounds for good concepts. Now, how can we apply this to Dungeons & Dragons? Well, it's quite simple. You probably run a decent number of one-shots. You have a main campaign. When people don't show up to the main campaign, when you're between campaigns, when you're introducing new people, you're probably running one-shots. Here's what you do. You take the successful one-shots, the ones that people liked, the ones that you liked running, the ones that had really cool monsters. You take the good elements from them and roll them into your main campaign. There's no reason not to be using the good stuff from one-shots in your main campaign. It can be lore. Suddenly, the one-shot that your main party played, well, that's backstory. Those characters affected the world. And it turns out, just because they didn't know the world they were in, well, it was the main campaign world. It can be monsters. That's pretty simple. Cut and paste a really cool monster you've created into the main campaign. You can't really do that with people who are in both, but, you know. Characters. Can you imagine a cameo from a really, really fun one-shot? Suddenly that last living character arrives in the main campaign? I'd lose my mind. And that's how you can Sam Reich your D&D campaigns.
I've been here the whole time.